You're listening to Squatch Talks Podcast. Real stories and real encounters told by real researchers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey, Squatchers. Eric Spinner here. On my way to historic Batstow Village. Gonna meet up with the team. We got an investigation to follow up on. The report came in from last Tuesday. A friend of mine, his co-workers were out there in the woods bushwhacking, and they had an unusual event occur with whoops and branch breaks and even something large landing in the water and running off from them. They thought it was me out in the woods doing my thing, so they inquired with my friend Andy, and it's funny, we were out there Tuesday night actually, so we were just north of that location Tuesday night, 4 of us, and again on Wednesday, just 3 of us out in the storm. But yeah, today is actually March 18th. It's 16 years to this date that I had my road crossing, not far from here, at 1:10 a.m. Me and my friend were on our way back, and Squatchin decided to run out in front of me, and I barely avoided hitting him. Wow, those trees were taken down since I was here. But yeah, I'm on my way out. It's 30 degrees. The weather hasn't been great in this area, but we're gonna head out and see what we can find. Amidst all this controversy now with the Patterson-Gimlin film and claiming that it was indeed a hoax, I spoke to my good friend and mentor Todd Prescott yesterday. We discussed the topic, and he's like me. We're going to wait to see the footage to see if it's indeed true. I, for one, have always been a staunch believer in the film, and whether or not it proves to be a hoax, it's still gonna, it's not gonna change my opinion on whether or not Bigfoot's real. I know he's real. And the only thing is, if it is a hoax, they pulled off the greatest hoax of all time. So you gotta give them that much, right? But yeah, hopefully we find some evidence today. I brought some eDNA sample kits, and maybe we'll get a reenactment of what happened last week. So come along. Hey, we're here at Batstow. Mike is joining me. Jake's not making it. So yeah, we're gonna go check this out. And baby crying in the distance over there, but
it's not a baby Bigfoot.
It's not a baby Bigfoot. If you hear a baby crying in the woods, though, don't go looking for it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm told. So you ready to do this?
Ready, man. Let's do this.
But that doesn't add up as far as they're looking for somebody to promote the video.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
And
which they have to.
So go on. I'm sorry.
No, they're good. So that's basically what he said. Is that right now they're not going to release on Friday. They're trying to find a company to
supposedly
release the video, so they have to pop
PFX or somebody. Yeah. Going to release it.
So I asked him. I said, "What do you think he's going to charge to watch this video?" He goes, "I don't know. It's out of my hands." He goes, "That's up to the company and Clint on what they're going to do."
Well, but if Netflix or if Prime or one of those big streaming services pick it up, then it's a membership
thing, right?
Okay, so they'll get paid by Netflix,
right? They'll get like one lump sum.
They'll get paid and they'll get residuals probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what he says. He's working out the fine details with them, with companies right now.
Well, but that's what he's doing with maybe his film.
Now, he also told me Jeff Meldrum was there.
So we've arrived at the entry point. We're gonna have to bushwhack in from here, but according to this, we got to go this way, and we've got some gear with us in case we find something. We got some plaster, we got some eDNA collection kits, and hopefully we'll have a reason to use them.
Yeah, let's hope.
Looks like there's been a burn in the area. It's time to make a left here.
Up here?
Yeah. Let's go over here. Okay. Let's see if we can find maybe how they went in.
I'm gonna go to the right here.
Okay. I got something. This is pretty thick.
Yeah, man, it is.
Got a game trail here. Had a game trail. But yeah, allegedly they were bushwhacking through here. You know?
Yeah. Where they may have broken off the
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Not too many of them, huh?
Not at all. Well, here's one right behind you.
Well, yes.
Right here.
And there's this one too.
Yep.
So, but there's a lot of broken branches in here.
It's thick. Watch this dog shit on your left.
God, that's interesting. That's a pile of shit right there, huh?
Yep.
That's like a lot bigger than dog shit, my friend.
Yeah, it's coyote.
No, it's not.
No?
You know why I say that?
Why?
You didn't see any hairs.
No hairs? Can't tell from back here.
That is a specimen we should take some sample of.
Damn.
Oh my God, that's a good catch there, bro.
You want to get a sample?
I mean, that is interesting. I don't know, man. That's something we should definitely take a sample of.
You got it. Let me get the kit out.
All right. Okay, we got the eDNA collection kit, and I'm gonna open that up. And what you have is a swab. You unscrew the thing and put the swab in it after you've collected the specimen. And I would have to say this is fairly fresh.
It looks fresh.
It looks fairly fresh. And it's a pretty big mound of poop. What do you think, Mike? Does that look good?
That looks pretty good, man.
Does that look nice and shitty?
Nice and shitty.
It's pretty shitty to me.
Pretty shitty.
So now you just turn it upside down like this.
Yep.
And insert the tip into the cylinder as such.
Seal it up.
Turn the top like so to seal it. Give it a shake. Wow, I can smell the shit now.
Yeah, that's released it, man.
That is a lot bigger than a coyote or a canine shit, and I'm not seeing any hairs in this shit.
Let's put something down next to it so we can get a size scale.
Well, I can put this down next to it, and that's fairly large. I'd say that's about 9 inches, 10 inches long.
Yep. So
the shit's at least 6 inches long. But yeah, that's some smelly shit. But you know, sometimes research is pretty shitty. It's fairly fresh though, and look how large it is. See how it started here and it curves around. That was made by a larger individual. It's not bear poop. I've seen my share of bear, scat in the past.
Yeah.
Whoa. But that is a firm piece of shit. And again, bears typically, black bears have berries and seeds and things of that nature.
And you're not seeing that.
And I'm not seeing that.
No hair.
No hairs.
No berries.
So I'm assuming this is either
human.
human or maybe one of our shy forest friends.
So we have a scat sample.
That's pretty good find.
Yeah.
Good eye, my friend. So, the nice thing about having an eDNA sample kit is you don't have to take the whole pile of shit home with you.
Right.
That's a plus. It's always good to use some gloves when you're collecting a specimen to reduce any contamination, any cross-contamination. And also, you don't want to get shit on your hands.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So
that's odd.
This is odd.
We have a downed tree, which probably came from above, and then 2 dead limbs on top, side by side placed. That doesn't seem like to tell us don't go in here.
Well, I would just move these off.
Yep.
Like so.
Here we go.
There we go. Go for it. I got you. I got it.
Right in the eyes.
Right in the eye.
Watch the face here with this one.
Go ahead. I got it. Now we're cooking.
Yep.
This is it. This has got to be it.
That's scat, old scat.
It is. Old scat. Not like the fresh scat we just found.
Nope.
Keep going this way.
Yeah, I just want to look around for a second.
See, now that one has hairs in it, Michael.
It does. Okay, that's good enough. Got a rub.
Oh yeah.
2 rubs.
Oh yeah.
Want to film that?
I'm filming it.
Sweet.
I got it. This is it. We're getting close. Another broken branch.
Did you break that branch?
No, I did not. What's this? Well, not that old. It's a syrup bottle.
Hey.
But it's got a twist off top. Alright, so we're close. But apparently their incident occurred across the creek from here. So whatever it was probably jumped into maybe this water. I don't know how they got to where they are. But we're going to collect another eDNA sample. We got the what would Jacob call this? There's a term he uses, but this is a tributary, I guess, of the river, which is not far. And they were over there in that thick cedar swamp when all this occurred, with the branch breaking and the whooping. So what I'm going to do is take a eDNA sample out of this water here, because I think that would be a good place to get it from. So, but yeah, this is a good spot to do it. It's not fast moving water, you know what I mean? And you can tell, look at this, we're on a game trail right here, right? And look how they can see game trails going through the...
Yeah, they're following it.
Yeah, so...
They're coming to get a drink and they're continuing.
I didn't wear any muck boots, but...
Neither did I. Stupid me, I wore sneakers today.
So here we are at the swamp. I'm going to take another sample out of the water here. And this is a nice spot to do it. It's pretty still here. So once again, unscrew the cap. And we're simply going to dip this into the water. reinsert it, give it a shake, and we're good. But now we're within, I would say, 50 yards of where they had this occur, and it's probably right in the spot where they had the activity. So I'm gonna do a gentle whoop. Oh! Whoop! Just heard some noise to my 3 o'clock.
There was a breeze. And we know that they sometimes will make a sound. There's a breeze.
Heard movement.
What way?
To my... Did I?
Yeah.
Woo! Hello? Hello? How are you? Great spot.
This is a nice spot.
It's a great spot. Wow. There's like a track through the swampy area over there to my right that looks really thick, like wide.
Here, take this so you can film it.
And it's possible that's where individuals are moving through. Right there.
Yeah.
But that's thick. Oh! Just a week ago that they had their activity here, which, you know, again, they thought it was they thought it was me, actually.
Right.
And they asked Andy if I was out here doing Bigfoot research on Tuesday, because they heard a whoop and then the loud branch snaps.
This was in the afternoon.
And this is at around 2:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday, so I don't know.
A couple hours, away.
And we were just north of here Tuesday night.
Yeah. It is very thick, especially when you get down to your left in those big thick pines.
Oh yeah. And I mean, this is the ideal spot. Like, there's water, there's ground cover, there's food source.
Yep.
I mean, nobody comes out here. Like, look how hard it was for us to get back here.
Here.
I mean, jeez.
You got to follow a game trail.
So it's more than likely that they may have had some type of activity. They kind of chalked it up to being a bear or a large deer. You know, I don't really think it would be a bear because we don't have that many here,
right.
And bears don't make that, those kind of sounds.
And even if it is a bear, somebody would report it to the state. And
well,
be out here trying to trap it.
That would be if they were seeing it.
Yeah.
And but what they heard was unusual, and then it like jumped into the water. That kind of goes along with the April encounter that Dave and Trisha had.
Right.
Down by St. Mary's,
Yep.
So, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's possible, right?
It's possible. I mean, the environment fits. It is possible.
Looks like these are some cranberries. So it's possible that there's some food source here in the fall as well. And we know there's plenty of blueberries. So, well, this is as far as we're going to be able to get to the exact location, I think. So, there's that old syrup bottle. It's not that old because it's got a twist off top, but this is cool, man. You want to do a knock while we're here? We've got a nice cedar tree right there.
Yeah, we can do it.
Why don't you give us a couple of backhanders on that baby?
Yep.
Put you to work.
I'm gonna earn my BFRO here.
You got to earn your investigator status.
Yeah.
So, I would do it more on the left-hand side of the tree there.
I think right here. It's pretty solid.
That's a good spot.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 1 or 2 knocks.
Do 2. Good. I don't hear the movement that I heard earlier, but that could just be because we're being observed.
Right.
I kind of have that feeling of being watched.
Yeah.
You know?
It did feel a little off.
And I've had plenty of back and forth, you know, vocalizations and wood knocks with the locals during the day, so I'm not, you know.
If you look to your left, right, all the way down the creek bed, there's a dark area to the right of the big pine tree all the way down.
You mean, am I at 12 o'clock?
You're 12 o'clock, straight down. There's a big dark area.
I do see that. Yeah, it's like a opening.
Yeah, it would blend in anything dark. Do another 2 knocks.
And I'll give it another minute. With wood knocks, it can take anywhere from a minute to 10 minutes to get a response. So I typically like to give it a little space. With the vocalizations, generally that's a little faster response. I mean, you know as well as I do, even just looking right into the woods here, even a deer standing there would be hidden. You wouldn't even see it.
It is very thick. You wouldn't even see anything standing there. I got tree snaps to my left, my 9 o'clock. And I'm here.
And maybe do 3 this time. Good. It's like a constant plane flying over.
Yeah, here.
What? Walk, walk. Yatta hey. Knock. Just heard something. See, they might know. They might know I'm filming, so I'm gonna turn this bad boy off and see if we get some kind of response. Hard to tell if that's wind or if that's like rustling.
You're hearing that too, right? You're not. You're at 3 o'clock. I'm hearing it 3.
Yep. And that's where the initial sounds came from.
Right.
I don't know. We're out a little earlier in the day than they were. They were here in the afternoon. We're here in the morning. So, somewhat different time, but you know, usually I would think they kind of hang out in an area for 2-3 weeks, you know what I mean?
Right.
Until they exhaust the food supply.
Yep, and then move on somewhere else.
Move on, you know? I don't know that they would exhaust the food supply right here.
No,
that
just
too quickly.
Too quickly, yeah. There's
You know what I
nothing
mean?
really out right now.
Especially with the abundance of deer.
Yep.
Let's see what we got. Anything else?
Irish can use his therm.
I'll tell you, this is definitely an active area of a flight path.
Yeah, it's constant airplane overhead.
Constant. Well. Huh. Thought that was a target. See anything hot? Oh.
Just me.
Oh, that means it's working at least. I'm gonna check that spot you were mentioning though.
Right, that dark area,
That dark area.
which I'm moving the thing over to. So if you see the big pine cluster here, to the right of that, at the bottom is a dark area into the woods.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cold in those woods.
It's always 20 degrees colder in the woods.
Alright, I don't see nothing. I took a little video of that though. Good spot.
Excellent spot.
Wouldn't be a good spot for a night out because
No,
couldn't get our asses in here.
definitely not, unfortunately.
I suggest we mosey out. I'm gonna put this kid away.
Hit a different area. Try a different area.
Yeah, and
Who knows? Maybe we might find something up ahead where we can circle back and around too.
it's funny because this road we're on takes you out to Dave's Road up off 206. And I know better than to drive all the way there.
Yeah, gotcha. There you go.
I've done that before with Heather. It's a little bit rough, especially after the storm we had the other night, man. That was powerful.
Yeah, and all that snow too.
So let's pack in and pack out.
Sounds
All right, I don't know if that's an impression that Michael just made, but we're gonna keep going up this trail, and apparently this is
it's all screwed together.
An old deer stand, maybe.
Feeder. Probably a deer feeder.
That could be a deer feeder. Yeah, man. Wow. That's some ancient times history right there.
You see the bolt?
I see the bolt. Look at this. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's got lichen growing off of it.
Yeah, man, that's old.
And call
It's homegrown. They put garden hose on the top.
Yep.
And they use wire to hold it there.
Well, and honestly, Michael, I know you're saying deer feeder, but I'm saying it was a deer stand because of the rubber on the top.
The rubber top.
They were just
Don't wanna
standing.
get cut.
They would just stand in this barrel.
Makes
Look,
sense.
there's the bottom right by your feet there.
Yeah, right here.
That's the base.
Yep, that
Okay.
makes sense.
I'm thinking that was what it was serving a purpose for.
Yeah, because here's the hose on top. Oh yeah, there's the seat inside.
And there's a seat inside, so that kind of confirms. Look, they even have a little shelf
Yep.
to keep the bullets.
Yep.
That's
Wow.
really neat, man.
Sounds like it's bolted to this tree.
It sure is.
You can see where it snapped off over there. You come forward a little bit and look to your right. Right here. Right here. See that tree snap right there?
Oh yeah. Holy shit. That's it. That was the tree. Wow. What a great spot.
Yeah, man. You picked a good spot because of the water source.
Yeah.
You know, deer got to come to drink. Well, this is a pretty open area here. Look at that burl.
What is that?
That's a burl. It's a disease on the cedar tree.
A burl?
Yeah.
I knew a barrel. She lived to 107. She was same birthday as my oldest child.
I got a clearing going through here to the left.
I am seeing this. This is why I thought getting near the water would be good, you know?
You can see where they're going down
I
here.
do see that. This is a definite trail.
That's interesting. See this? Broke the branch off here, right?
Right?
Look at the broken limbs here and here.
Oh yeah.
That was sticking out. What I'm looking for is either hair when they rub, or even an antler rub.
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to get much further in this direction, Michael. This is doable, this area, you know?
Yeah.
Is there a trail to the left right in front of you there?
No, I think it's just a little clearing that one spot. Yeah, no, it's a little thinner. We could probably go up.
I don't know. Let me see what this is. Hold on. Because I see some clearing up ahead where the river kind of joins up again. Kind of does, but this is thick, brother. Spongy too. This would be a spot to look for some tracks.
Yep.
This is spongy as hell. But yeah, we're coming back up on the marsh area again. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to, I'm afraid.
Go back to where we came.
From whence we came. All right, so we just bushwhacked a little bit more, came up on another older tree stand
And a newer one.
and a newer one, but not new necessarily.
There's a carabiner on the bottom rope.
Yeah, man. Well, that's to keep it steady. Well, you know what that means, right?
Gotta go up and check it.
Gotta check it out.
Nice check it, so be careful. Kind of rusty.
Yeah, and me, a guy who don't like heights. What do you think, about 20 feet up? 15?
Easily. Cool.
I'm not going to sit up here because, you know, it's kind of improper. Pillow's kind of deteriorated.
I'll stay here
Give you
for
a little
a while.
view of this. This is where the feet go. And this is the view you have from up here. Obviously,
Somebody's been using it. That's a newer carabiner too.
yeah, this is newer. Not new.
But definitely it's
Newer.
rusty.
So you know what? I'll do a little call from up here. See if we get any response. There's Michael all the way down there. Whoa! Thinking they might be bedded down. Staying warm. It's like 32 degrees. You know?
Saving energy.
Because they're going to be active when it warms up a little bit more, and then doing their thing. Oh! Oh! Well, I see our exit route.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Deer scat. I definitely think this is the trail.
That's fresh too.
It is fresh. Freshy fresh. More deer scat. Well, this is definitely a what was that?
What's that?
Is that you making a huff?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Thought I heard something. What?
Hole right here.
What kind of hole?
Everything else is high. All around there's a hole right here.
That could be an old root ball,
Yep.
or it could be a bedding area.
Correct.
And I'm definitely seeing a distinct trail going through here. Now where did it go? Now where did it get to? I think it goes this way. Yep. I think it's been a while since this guy hunted in here.
You're good. That's all clear.
That's the one thing about bushwhacking. You gotta get back out. Phew.
Hey, hey. All right.
And we did. Well, that's pretty good. We made it out. We're back on the road. So maybe we'll go check out one more spot before we wrap it up. Mike just brought to my attention a structure back here behind where we're parked. And there appears to be a double rut trail going in. Go check it out. Let's go check it out. And here's a solar panel up in the tree to provide power.
Yep. Right on the river, man. Here's the river gauge too. Wow, look how high that is.
I'm telling you, it's flooded.
Oh, yeah, here's your pipe right here.
Yep. Whew. Woo. Oh. Oh.
It's got wireless up top.
Yep. River's flowing pretty high.
Yeah, I can't tell what it says.
Can't see it perfectly, but yeah, man, this is neat.
So peaceful, so quiet.
Except for the plane flying overhead again.
Every once in a while I hear a little ripple of water that way. Really high up, man.
And look how clear the water is.
Yeah.
It is so crystal clear. So right here is a bridge going over the Batstow. And Mike and Jake came here because there was a report that came in about some footprints. Impressions that were found. Were they down here by the river?
It's actually right back in there, about 50 feet.
In through the woods?
Yep. Right off of the ramp down here, in between those trees and straight back. We didn't find anything. We went back a good 200, 300 yards. And we both split up and looked around. We didn't see anything.
So they weren't footprints that were found here by somebody putting in a canoe or a kayak?
No.
Oh, here we are at the Batstow headwaters. Sometimes you can get lucky and find some tracks down by the bank of the rivers. I'm here with my friend Michael. Say hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. Cheers.
Good. Cheers.
So we're out here investigating where Monica and Jeff were on Tuesday. And
hold on a second. Now I got the dog barking.
Willow.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to go outside. Wait a second.
This has definitely got to make the blooper reel.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is like 32 degrees out here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah, it's cold.
So yeah, Monica and Jeff were actually out there exploring, and they'd taken e-bikes down there to really get as far down into the forest as they could.
Right.
You know, Rockaway's closed right now with the new barriers.
Uh-huh.
And,
I saw that on the way
how
down.
they were going to get down there, yeah. So they actually e-biked in, so they got in quite a way. I think they said it was a 14-mile round trip or something like that.
Wow.
Wow.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so they actually got down there and were walking around, and they actually went to see specifically the Sleeper Branch area there.
Okay.
And that's, you know, when they had that, that very unusual experience.
Yeah, well, that's kind of unusual. I mean, they apparently they must have bushwhacked into this cedar swamp, right?
Yep.
And we got in there, I don't know, it was around, what, 10:30?
10:30.
10:30, and we were looking to see how the heck they got in there, because I drove up the Fire Line Road. But tell me again, what happened when they got there? They had e-biked in?
So they e-biked in, and then Jeff does a lot of
exploring
programs, and so did Monica for the Adventures crew, as well as the Alliance. And Jeff really wanted to take Monica out into some of the kind of the wildest areas of Wharton State Forest. You know, you think you've seen all of the forest, and you can go to a part that is truly nobody really ever goes.
Yeah.
And now with the road closures, it's even more difficult to actually get there.
There could be less people going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and you know, with the amount of greenbriers and such thick underbrush, you know, most folks aren't hiking down there or bushwhacking through, unless they were, you know, going to choose a specific thing they were going to visit, maybe that they found on Google Earth or something. But for the most part, Jeff took Monica out into that area specifically because he wanted to show her just how truly wild Wharton State Forest can be.
Right.
So they carried their e-bikes actually through some pretty deep water down on those roads off Rockaway, and I don't know what the names of those little off-roads are.
Mm-hmm.
Rockaway was like the main road, but there are little split-off roads, you know, little sand roads.
Right.
And I don't think they really had any names to them other than they were just old sand roads.
Right.
So I think they probably went down one of those, parked up, and then hiked in the rest of the way. And that's when they had that experience, and they thought you guys were out there in the middle of the day. Because they heard some snapping branches and stomping noises in the water in the swamp area down there, and then they started hearing whoop noises. So Jeff, thinking it was you guys, whooped back, and that apparently pissed it off. So now it was making huffing noises, snapping branches, and stomping around in the water.
Wow.
So it felt threatened,
and it was doing this quite a bit, and of course they didn't record at that point because they didn't know what it was and they weren't expecting it, you know.
Right.
Just like always, you forget to hit record on your phone because you're like, what the hell? Who's that? Who is
Exactly.
that?
Right.
You know, you don't think it's anything untoward until then something weird happens.
But you did say that they sent you a video, though, or a recording, right?
Yeah, he did send me a recording, but there's nothing on it, mate. It's literally, it's in between the whoops and the tree snaps.
Okay.
So I can share that video with you, but there's really nothing on there. Monica took that video, but it was between, she didn't get anything. It was between these noises that were being made.
Wow.
But they were being very quiet once the noises were being made. And, you know, Jeff was trying to reason with himself, being a naturalist and a biologist, trying to think, oh, that could have been a buck, that could have been a bear.
Mm-hmm.
But then it makes very humanoid whoop noises that you couldn't really emulate with those animals.
Did they describe?
Now things are snapping branches.
Did they describe the volume to you as far as the whoop noises? Like, could they feel it at all? Like some people.
You know, they didn't, but I can ask Monica that today because I've got to go down to Adventures to get some tools.
You know how people describe hearing these vocalizations where they can actually feel it in their chest. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Because of the volume.
You know, I didn't ask her that, mate. I will ask her that today, and I'll let you know what she said.
They sound deep.
You know, for them, they're trying to reason with whatever this is. And this kind of, it was almost acting out of behavior, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's certainly something a human wouldn't have done, and it's certainly something really an animal would have done when you put it all together that we know of.
Right.
It could have felt threatened, too, by him doing the whoop also. You know?
Yeah, well, it started making the huffing noises, like it was upset.
Yeah.
Well,
Came into its area.
And that's when I laughed. I said, you probably pissed it off when you got him back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so I just thought that was kind of amusing. I thought it was amusing to get a phone call from Jeff at 2:30 in the afternoon saying, "Hey Andy, is Eric out in the woods making whoop noises?"
wouldn't be the first time somebody accused me of being out in the forest.
I said, you know, I laughed. I said, let me check with him, and I'll let you know if he was out there. And that's when you said you were out, like in a completely different other part of the forest that night.
We actually went up to we tried to get up to the Manny's duck pond.
Yeah,
and wound up getting all. Oh my God, got all kinds of piney pinstripes, and then I turned around. We went back up to a deep run, and we hung out on the side of the road there by.
Yeah, it's heavily burnt up there, mate. It really is.
Really burnt.
Heavily burnt up there, and I think what's happening is maybe that's having an impact on where these things are now kind of congregating.
It could.
You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that a wildfire or was that a controlled burn? Do you know?
That was a wildfire.
Okay. Well, it was definitely
that's a huge burn area there.
It was not conducive for our research that night, so we hightailed it out of there and set up over a deep run. Which is funny because if we had was where we wound up, that would have been even closer to where Jeff and Monica were, you know?
Right, yeah. And like you said, I mean, that's not far away. If you went pretty much south of that pin position,
right,
within half a mile, I think you would have come to those paleo dunes.
Exactly.
Where Jacob had his
encounter
experience.
In 2018, correct.
Yeah, and so, because there's a really nice paleo dune that's got some deciduous trees on it right in the middle of that, kind of that delta there where all the swamp kind of comes together.
I've been there. I've been there with him.
So I think that's kind of an interesting area there. And again, you're on the sleeper branch, right?
Yep.
Everything seems to happen around the damn sleeper.
That's correct. There's a lot of activity that are around the sleeper. I came up the Batstow Road along the river here afterwards because I wanted to check out a spot that a couple of it was actually the occult group people. They had an encounter back here about 15 years ago where they had two possible Bigfoots vocalizing across the lake to one another, and then one came out of the water and scared the crap out of them, and they left in a hurry. But so this is nearby other reported encounters for sure.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, like we were talking about, when you look at, Google Earth at the areas, they all seem to be in those thick, cedary swamp areas with lots and lots of tree cover.
For sure. Yep.
And they're close to water there, and that one experience I had where the truck was coming down the trail the other side of Goshen Pond, and the dog was a bit upset about it with the water. The music coming out of it, and then I realised, wait a second, something stomping through the water over there, kind of coming towards me to that cedar swamp. And I think it's definitely a hangout location, cedar swamps. Because of the microclimate and the tree cover.
I've been saying it for a long time that's where they're probably bedding down and taking shelter when it's cold out. It's a little warmer in the cedar swamps, and when it's hot as hell, they stay cooler in there.
Well, it's funny, when you're in the middle of the winter, when you're scanning around with the therm, it's always those tree trunks that are lit up warm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Compared to all the other trees, those cedars. Bright white.
Well, I took a video of that actually while we were out there, and I might insert it right here into the episode.
Yeah, so it's fascinating. It's fascinating, and it's definitely something I think that they're using as a shelter, as cover, and for foraging for sure.
And it's a nice soft, spongy surface to kind of crash out on too.
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave tracks.
Most people, if you ain't like us, would be avoiding those dark places.
Well, unlike us, we seek them out at night.
Wouldn't want to go in there.
We go out at night just to purposely go to those places. But no, it's exciting though. It's always good. It's only a week after the actual fact, so it's good to get out as soon as possible.
Well, I think it's fascinating. And I'm kind of glad that Monica and Jeff had that experience because, they always kind of heard the stories and
and snicker.
How can it be? And now they're presented with something that, wait a second, it did this, this, and this, and this. And no other animal could have done all of that when you add it all together.
Exactly. Right. And this is now like when you had your first samurai chatter encounter. This is kind of like Jeff's first thing that he's going to be like, things that make you say,
exactly.
And in the future,
that's it.
In the future, moving forward, he might actually keep an eye open or an ear open for what's around him, Well,
I think they definitely will now, because that's an experience that they can't simply write off as any other animal.
But you made a good point, though, with
hold on a second. I got the KC-135.
Yeah, he's circling you.
He really is.
But you made a good point, though, with the e-bikes, because they're silent. It's kind of like coming in on horseback, you know what I mean? And you can easily take something by surprise coming in on one of them. Yep. We had one on an expedition I had in the Pine Barrens one year. One of the attendees brought one with him, and they definitely are a good way to get through the woods.
Well, when I remember back to the the one that was walking through the swamp when I heard the noise of the vehicle coming down Old Atsign Road there, or whatever the name of that road is.
Right.
That truck was the road is probably maybe 600 yards from the edge of the Mullica River there. And then, the Bigfoot must have been, I think he was hanging around, my theory is they hang around the beaver lodges.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's lots of nice chewy fat there and lots of fat
Oh, yeah. Yep.
in those little fellas, and he could easily punch a hole through that beaver lodge and yank one out, and he's got a good fatty meal there.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
No doubt.
And they've got full of nutrients, and they've got those oil glands on them, and they're rather smelly.
Yeah.
And maybe that's how they're adding to their odor. I mean, I don't know. I'm just
That's
theorizing.
possible. No, that's a good theory.
But when I think about where that vehicle was, and when Willow was kind of scared about the vehicle, and I'm thinking, what the hell is she scared about a vehicle with music for? And then I realised she was watching something that was actually in the woods,
Right.
in the water there, coming through the water. So when I think about that distance, clearly it heard the truck coming. And it started moving when that truck was probably half a mile from it.
Okay.
Right. The sound of it coming down, the whoops down that road. It had plenty of time to kind of vacate the area. That even though it wasn't near the road, it vacated towards me.
Sure.
If somebody came in on e-bikes, and they're pretty quick.
Yeah.
Those things, do 25, 30 miles an hour.
Yep.
If they came in on e-bikes, it probably wouldn't have time to react. It probably wouldn't have heard them.
Nope.
Nope.
And then when they got off and then started walking in, it was probably, it was probably caught totally by surprise.
Totally.
Especially if it was having a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, the sleeper branch is kind of like a block, you know what I mean? So that's why they eventually heard it stomping in the water,
Yep.
Cool.
So, I think that the e-bikes were the key there for them having that experience. They got in there rapidly and quietly, and it probably never knew they were there.
Yeah. That's a good
That's
theory.
why it was a bit pissed off, and it started huffing at them and busting branches.
Yep.
Because, they disturbed it.
No doubt.
Yep.
Well, hey.
But half of me wonders, I wonder if they'd have had a drone and they could have flown that up,
Right?
what they would have actually seen.
Interesting. That's an interesting idea. Wow. Well, hey, this is good stuff. If you talk to, Monica later, ask her about the volume of the vocalizations.
Yeah,
And,
I've got to go down there to pick some tools up for this job this afternoon, so I'll actually ask her about that. She'll be in the office. There's no way most people are paddling down those rivers right now without bushwhacking.
No.
There's too many blockages in them right now, and the water's really cold.
They would have to portage for sure,
Oh, yeah, and that water's freezing right now, so...
Totally.
I don't see anybody out there. I mean, I counted 18 trees down from Constable Bridge.
Oh, no
There
kidding.
was one at Constable Bridge, and then I walked down to mile marker 12, kind of followed the river. Well, I went past Bare Ass Beach for a laugh. Took Kathy down there for the first time.
Bare Ass Beach.
And we had to walk down to mile marker 12, and I, from where I could see, I counted at least 18 trees down.
Was that on the Mullica, you said?
Yeah, on the Mullica, yeah. So really not far from the sleeper branch. I mean, the sleeper branch is coming in there.
Well, that's going to make the blooper reel, my friend. And we will be chatting soon. All right?
Yeah. Give me a call when you go out again, mate.
All right, we'll do.
And I'll let you know what Monica said about the sounds.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers, Eric.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Take care,
man.
Bye.
Be that arch. It was pinned down by a Bigfoot. Big bump. Oh, yeah. Oh,
kidneys.
sorry.
Oh, God. There was the kidneys.
Well, I think I sharded.
So much for clenching. Take you back to that scat area. You can join the head to a deposit.
I brought some TP. There's another break. The other one we saw.
Yeah.
And there's another arch. But no X's.
Not that I can see. Yeah, it definitely was. And that scat that we found is definitely interesting too. I don't see a human walking back in that area the way we went.
Where I found that, no, because there was obstacles to get there.
Yeah.
I know when I take a dump, I get to the closest,
Right. Oh, there's that white truck.
That's the part where you see it.
Yeah. Doing radar, I guess.
Taking it easy.
Yep. Should we tell them about the hunters?
The hunters.
Okay, the ones we saw.
He's not in there.
Everything's out. Wonder where he went.
Well, Michael, we had a good time out in the forest, and we found a few things. We got some eDNA we collected, and talked to Andy.
Yep.
So
it was a good time.
Thanks for coming out and meeting up with me. And
always.
If we hear anything back from Monica and Jeff, we'll hopefully get a chance to learn a little bit more about what they experienced. And
let's hope so.
Hear some more details. So I'll be seeing you soon.
You got it, brother.
Stay safe.
You too. I'll see you.
Hey, Eric Spinner. I'm here at Pinelands Adventures near Atzine Lake in New Jersey, but I'm here with Monica, who was actually with Jeff on the day that we had, or they had, the sounds in the forest. So I just asked Monica if she would just give us a brief rundown.
So, yeah, it was probably around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and nice sunny kind of warm day after a thunderstorm. And we're just walking along the trail doing some exploring, and we heard what sounded like somebody way off in the distance yelling whoop.
Just like that.
A little louder than that.
Whoop.
Yeah, it was maybe a little bit higher than that.
Okay.
Yeah, and we heard it once and kind of like looked back at each other and thought, who could possibly be out here? And
you had gone in on your e-bikes, correct?
Yeah.
And at that point, you were off the bikes.
Yeah, we were walking.
And you
at
were
that
bushwhacking,
point.
right? Okay.
Yep. So we got up on a little mound. There was like a
paleo dune kind of thing.
More like a gravel, like a mound of gravel. And we were trying to figure out, why is this mound of gravel here? So we're standing up on top of that, and you can kind of hear a little bit better. And we heard it a second time. You know, you hear it the first time and you start to kind of doubt, like, what did I hear? But we heard it a second time, and it was a little bit louder the second time.
Okay.
And we kind of discussed a little bit what that might be. You know, it didn't sound like an animal. It didn't sound like, you know, a fox or a coyote or anything like that. It sounded human.
And just very familiar with the wildlife.
Yeah. And myself too. And the weird sounds that foxes could make,
Sure.
or even that deer can make. Animals make some sounds that people don't always expect.
I've gotten huffed by deers, you know.
Yeah. So we heard the 2 whoops, but then we kind of thought maybe somebody's out there. And we started, walking a little more and, talking about some other stuff. And then Jeff stopped me and said, listen. And he heard a branch break, but it was off in the distance. It was out towards Sleepy Creek.
Okay.
And we heard the branch break, and I stopped to listen again. So we're listening very intently. So, I went to the campfire that you did, and we thought, well, let's try knocking. Let's just for fun. Let's we'll take a branch and hit the tree with it a couple times, and we didn't hear anything back. But we did hear what sounded like a frantic rush through the forest, but farther away.
Right.
We heard the breaking of branches. We heard splashing in the creek. Or the wetlands. It's all kind of flooded out there. So splashing, it reminded me of the sound of a huge flock of geese taken off the water, but there were no geese.
Wow.
And there was no big open water right there. It's just, if you're
just
familiar,
marshy. Yeah.
It's marshy. There's a lot of down trees.
Yep.
It almost sounded like I could imagine it was somebody struggling to get a canoe over branches and then dropping it, and the branches are breaking and splashing. But that was quickly debunked when Jeff took me out to the creek and said, no one's paddling down here.
Right.
Because there's just trees crisscrossed, and there's no
way.
way, and without us hearing them again or seeing them again. So we heard that loud crashing and splashing, kind of like something was rushing.
To get out of there.
Something big was rushing. So I thought maybe it was a herd of deer. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Well, we always kind of play it off as deer.
But it was pretty far out there. We were on a trail, and the Sleepy Creek was
off of Rockwood. Right?
Yeah.
And that's where Jake, who you met, had his encounter in 2018.
So we stopped and listened for a long time again, and when we stopped to listen after all the crashing, we heard in succession 5 huffs. Which, if it was closer to us, I would have thought it was a deer. I've heard deer get up and huff and run, but it was huff, 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 like that.
Oh,
like,
wow.
But it was in a distance, so whatever was making that noise was making it loud enough for us to hear across the creek.
Did you guys feel threatened at all? I mean, did you have any kind of fear?
I was still kind of skeptical about, I felt more confused than anything. I wouldn't say afraid.
Good.
But I felt confused.
I wouldn't
Just
think
kind
you
of
need to be
bewildered.
fearful, you know what I mean?
Especially
as knowledgeable as you are in the forest.
And I spent a lot of time out in the woods, me and Jeff both, just exploring, and I've never heard anything like that before. And we stood and observed for a long time after that, but everything went quiet.
Yeah.
And it was a real quiet day after the storm, and then the birds are singing. So we thought, okay, whatever we heard out in the distance maybe was something out there. But then in the other area that we heard, so say we're facing this direction, like facing you, that's where we heard the whoops.
Right.
And then from this direction towards the creek, we heard the crashing. So we thought maybe something was running from
something else.
That other something, or
there could have been 2 individuals.
Yeah.
Because honestly, usually they do travel 2 or 3 at a time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they're doing their thing. So it's possible, but no, it's really interesting. And again, we can't say for sure.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe there was anyone else out there.
Right.
Because of the severe weather that occurred right before that.
And the time of year, it's not really...
Yeah, I mean, it was an unusually warm day.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to convince ourselves that there was somebody else out there, which is why we immediately texted you guys, because we thought...
That's your friend out there?
Maybe they're out there.
That's
searching
interesting.
Too.
Well, and we were that night, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, coincidentally. Yeah.
And the following night as well, during a thunder and lightning storm, so that was pretty scary.
Yeah, and it wasn't supposed to rain that day, but we got kind of stuck out there. But we were prepared for that, and we just kind of hunkered down for a little bit until the weather cleared, and then. And
during all this activity that you were experiencing, like the normal sounds of the forest are kind of gone, right? You don't.
It was pretty quiet out there, yeah. And then after all that, we started to hear more birds and wildlife. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because we were out there today, like I said, and we checked it out. I don't know how you got in there. You obviously came in from rock Rockwood. So you're on the opposite side of where I was.
Yeah, we came in from 206 down a different road, and then we came out
Okay.
at Rockwood. But yeah, where
we had
went
the
in,
Andy said it was the sleeper branch that was kind of blocking my ability to get right to the spot.
Yeah, the sleeper branch was between us and pretty good distance. There's Sleepy Creek.
Sleepy Creek.
And then there's, I think, Basto Fire Line Road, and then we were even deeper on another road.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you the name.
I keep calling it the sleeper branch because that's what Andy said.
Yeah,
Sleepy
and
Creek.
the two are commonly confused.
And I've come in from Rockwood, and I've gone with my muck boots through that swamp to get to the Paleo Dune.
Yeah, so we were like as the crow flies from the Molucca Wilderness Camp.
Okay.
If you were like, if you're standing at the Molucca Wilderness Camp and you cross the Molucca River, and then you kept going, I would say to the south. It was as the crow flies. So to the south, you go over the Molucca, go over the Sleepy Creek, and we were back there. And it was all old burned areas, like where the Molucca River fire came through.
Yeah, we saw that at Lower Forge too. That was really burned out. But hey, it's always great to hear it directly from the witness's own, voice. So I really thank Monica for taking the time to talk to me today.
Yeah,
and,
thanks for
hopefully
visiting.
we'll hear some more sounds, and this will make Jeff think in the future that might keep an ear open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was definitely changed our mind about a lot of things.
And if he has anything he'd like to add, he's welcome to let me know.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Monica.
Thank you.
Yo, mate.
You all right there, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. I just, I just realized I was recording our call for the episode, and the freaking camera stopped. We got to do it again. Whoa! That almost came up and smacked me in the mouth. Mike and I are out here at the Batstow Fire Line Road.
Hey, what's going on, lads?
Hey,
Take two.
Take two.
Could be wrong.
I'm beginning to think that was your impression.
Back there.
Yeah, because you're leaving more.
I am. Okay.
Let me ask you: is the Bare Ass Beach the one that has that little bench?
It does, yeah, and there's a rope swing there.
Yeah. I took Heather there.
Yeah, Bare Ass Beach.
I took Heather there last year. That's for another episode.
Well,
Yeah, the pack is like 50 pounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that pack weighs too much.
I got everything in there, and the kitchen sink.
You need to go through that. 40-pound max.
You never know what you're gonna need.
I know.
I finally
different
got
podcast.
it on Google Maps, mate.
Uh-huh.
I put actually in Bare Ass Beach on their map approval, and it was rejected. So if you go onto that site right now, it says BAB Overlook. And then somebody's written a comment, really nice view.
The damn plane going over again. Never fails. That was good stuff too, man. Does that look good?
That looks pretty good, man.
Does that look nice and shitty?
It's like some
It looks pretty shitty to me.
shitty.
I went to turn it off. I'm like, what? This didn't record? My battery died. This will make the blooper reel, though.
Oh my God.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Squatch Talks Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and give us a like. And stay tuned for more exciting stories on Squatch Talks.